All right. Hello, Facebook family, social media family, Instagram, TikTok. Where else you guys looking from? YouTube. Welcome to the takeover. I am getting some feedback for some reason. I don't know why. Let's change something on Facebook. Sorry about that. So hopefully, I'm not sure where that is coming from. Hold on. Let's see. Looks like I'm in two places at one time. Hopefully not. I'm not sure. Can you hear? Do you hear feedback, Anthony?
Yes.
You hear it really bad, huh? Let's see. I hate that. Social media family, Instagram. Let's see. I don't know where I'm getting this feedback from. It sounds like I'm logged in twice, but not. Sorry, you guys. Bear with me for a second. I'm not even on Facebook. Let's see. Sorry, you guys. Bear with me for a second. I'm not. Still hear it? Is that any better? Nope. Still hearing it. Hello, for those of you that have joined us. I'm not sure why I'm getting this feedback, but we're going to continue on. Hopefully, we can figure it out in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest, Mr. Anthony Wilson. And while you guys, some of you have seen and heard him before, he was with us last week as we were talking about relationships as well. This week, we're going to be talking about why am I still single? So, Anthony, I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself. Talk to the people for a few minutes. Tell the people why you're still single. And let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this reverb. Mr. Anthony Wilson.
Why am I still single? Is because I have not proposed marriage.
Tell the people why. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, I'm not married. If you're not married, you single. So anyway, I'm Anthony Wilson, also known as a relationship mentor. I am a 26 year preacher, 21-year pastor, and I'm a native of Atlanta, raised primarily in Decatur, Georgia. Currently in seminary, get my PhD in organizational leadership. Also work for Department of Corrections as a clinical chaplain. I'm a father of 3. My oldest son is deceased, and I'm a grandfather of 1. And so, again, I'm single because I have not proposed marriage. And I've been married before, but I look forward to being married one day soon.
I guess that's a good enough answer. I cannot figure out why I'm getting this reverb. Are you logged in on Facebook as well, Anthony?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm just not sure. Let me see. I've never had this happen.
I don't hear anything now.
You don't? I do. But anyway, I'm going to keep talking. So you guys let me know if you can hear me okay. We're opening up the chat. You can say he doesn't hear anything. So we're going to keep talking. So tonight, I want to take a little different approach. That is worrying me. On this topic as to why am I still single. And so I have some reasons, but I want to be realistic and not just give you guys surface answers about why people are still single. And then we're just going to talk about it. So if you have your own comments, so one of the comments that I asked on Facebook earlier was to tell us why you feel like you are still single. Okay. So if you can share with me why you feel like you are still single?
I think, Angela, if you don't mind, I don't know exactly what you want to get into, but
Yeah, I have some things to get into, but go ahead.
I want all of your viewers to understand now. Be clear. There's absolutely, positively nothing wrong with you because you're single. I gotta get that clear. Don't think that you are at odds or you are the adversary of people that's married. Okay? Understand, being single is that time for you to learn who you are, to really come to grips with what you will and will not tolerate. Just giving you an opportunity to get yourself together, and then when the time comes, you'll no longer be single.
This is true. So from the aspect of people who are desiring to be in a relationship or desiring marriage, we're going to talk about it from that approach. A lot of people feel like, and there are some things I was working on this earlier today, like even with myself, like, why do you feel like you're still single? You may be dating, but it hasn't led to marriage yet. So why is it that we are still single? We feel like we are good quality people. We have a lot to offer, but you may you may feel like we meet the right people, but then it doesn't go anywhere, or you're just not meeting good quality people in your opinion. So those are a couple of reasons why we are not single. I mean, we are still single. So here are a couple of reasons why that I wrote down, not just for myself, but some conversation and then some research why people are still single. Again, you guys comment. We're looking on Facebook as well to see your comments. And if you can post in the chat, we're looking at those as well. So, number one, you're still single because you're just not ready to be in a relationship. That's one reason. Only you can really answer the reason why you are still single. You have to take an internal look at yourself and determine that. No one can tell you you're still single because you didn't do this or you did this and that's why you're still single. I think individually, each person, if they are really honest with themselves, can come up with the reasons why they are still single. Not there yet. Okay, so we have one comment here. Samantha says she 100% agrees. She's just not. Is that what you're saying, Samantha? Not there yet, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship, and it was the wrong relationship. Yes, that's one of the pointers here. So one of the reasons why you're still single is just that you're just not ready for a relationship yet. Now, I want to take that a deep further. Anthony, you can jump in on this as well. Sometimes people say that I'm not ready for a relationship, and it goes a little deeper than that because they really are, but sometimes out of fear, they'll say they're not ready because they're really kind of they're in a protective mode. I'm not ready for a relationship, but secretly you're desiring one, but because your fear level is up here or your anxiety level is on 10, you'll tell yourself that I'm not ready for a relationship when you really are. And when you do that, you really block yourself from entering into a relationship subconsciously. You want to add on to that? Do you agree? No? Yes?
I got to make some things clear because as we look into this conversation, men and women think differently about the same subject. Okay, so the comment came in, person not ready because they was in a long-term relationship. What you have to understand, and I know this may be very technical, but words matter.
True.
So with that being said, if you're in a long-term relationship and you have not exchanged vows, you are still single.
We know that, but we're talking about why. And we're talking about from the perspective of for the people who want to be in a relationship or want to be married, why am I still single? Like, why have I not been chosen?
So we're going to give the assumption people know what true singleness is. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
I'm single.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of factors. Financial reasons,
This is true.
health reasons, life reasons. It's a whole bunch of reasons why you're single. But I think we have to be clear though, because just because I keep harping on this. Some people, when they're dating, and we talked about it a little bit last night, they're on the mindset that now I need to start giving husband and wife duties to a person I have not taken vows to. And so a woman is still single is because she has not accepted or have not had a proper proposal.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of women, men have given proposals to them, but they didn't accept them, and they had their reasons. They had their reasons.
Okay. I got you. So let's do this. I want to go down the list of some things that I have wrote out. Again, you guys in the comments, are you still hearing feedback?
I hear static.
I don't know where it's coming from. I almost want to end this and come back in, but
okay, it's clear.
It's clear now?
Yes.
I don't know where it's coming from. And it may be the app we're using. Okay, so we've already established that one, it could be that you're just not ready for whatever reason. As you've already stated, there's nothing wrong with being single. If that is your choice, and some people say that I'm single by choice, great. That's okay. We're not talking to you at this point.
Wow.
We're talking to the people who seriously want to be in a relationship or they desire marriage and they are still single and they want to know, like, why am I still single? That's the perspective of this broadcast. And again, if you are single, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you don't want to be married or in a relationship, there's absolutely, we talked about this last night on the broadcast that we were on. In regards to people rushing into marriage because we just feel like that's the right thing to do. We're supposed to be married. And that is not the case. And being single, okay, we know that being single, because that means I have not said I do, as Anthony has laid out for us. But some people just want companionship. They don't want to be married, period, point blank. They just want companionship. They want someone they can do things with, go to places with, travel with, enjoy whatever it is that they enjoy in life, and they just want that life partner. Again, if that's the route that you choose, so be it. Do what makes you happy. If you desire marriage and you desire things further, then, we'll talk about that. We'll cover some of that. Number 2, the reason why you're still single. So we're going to do an internal analysis. Sometimes you have a wall up. You can desire something, but if your defense mechanism is up because you don't want to be hurt again, that's why you're still single. Because you block everybody that comes your way. Okay, so that's one reason why a lot of people are still single, because you have this wall up. No one can get to you. They attempt to, and then you find some way to push them back. I don't want to be hurt. They moving too fast. Need to slow down. He or she, and I'm not just talking to the women, but you just have this wall up. And if you have a wall up, then you need to figure out why, because you can't keep a wall up and allow somebody in at the same time. It's just not going to work. Anthony, talk about the wall for a second.
Yeah. The reality is, depending on how long you were in a situation and you got out, and because of that past relationship, you have put up a wall or defense mechanism somehow subconsciously in your life, it can play a role in you not being open to a relationship. Again, I think it's very important that we learn the friendship aspect of relationships and not jumping just to the romance. Because when you jump into the romance piece, it really clouds the reality of what you're actually experiencing with that person. Because guess what? You're having fun, everything feels good, things of that sort. But you got to develop that relationship part. And part of that is being able to communicate, being able to establish a judgment-free zone where you can speak freely about your fears, your goals, your aspirations, your weaknesses, your strengths, and things of that sort. And we often don't do that. It's about going out on dates, and I'm eating here, and I'm going here, and I'm having a good time, and things of that sort. And a lot of times we move too quick, and so we will do that, and then we'll build that friendship component, and then guess what? Everything didn't pan out how you wanted it to pan out, and now you're by yourself, and you scared to open up again because you think the same thing is going to happen. Well, relationships, just like anything, if you're going into business, going to anything, there's going to be some risk involved because you're dealing with human people who are frail and they're going to make mistakes. So I think it's important that you, as Angela pointed out, if you are putting up a wall, you're going to have to somehow, some way, be open to at least becoming friends with someone, and then see where it goes.
I agree. I agree that sometimes we move too quickly into relationships, but you do have to allow someone allow someone the opportunity to get to know you, and you get to know them, because everyone is not out to hurt you. And if you still think that way, you're still healing. There's still some pain there, trauma that needs to be resolved and dealt with before you even go into a relationship, because it's never going to work if you are still broken in that. So we're talking about why am I still single from the perspective. You guys, I apologize for the echo. I do not know where that is coming from. I am not logged in twice, and I've never had this to happen before. So I apologize. Hopefully it'll fix itself. We're talking about reasons why we may still be single. You and I. Anthony said he's single because he has not proposed marriage. We know that. But why? So men don't like to talk about their reasons, but I'm going down this list. So we said, one, that you just aren't ready to be in a real relationship. Two, you have a wall up. This was going to go a little deeper. You are still single because you keep selecting dead end relationships. You keep getting into dead end relationships. So what I mean by that is you're choosing the wrong people, whether you're doing it consciously or subconsciously. You're choosing people who are unemotionally or emotionally unattached. They're not involved. They don't even want to be in a relationship. They just want to be friends. You guys have heard, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just dating. I'm just trying to see what's out here. But you choose to go into a relationship with them when you desire a relationship. That's all wrong. You're going to stay single because you're going into a relationship where it's going to end. It's not going to end well. It's going to be a dead end relationship. People who are not ready for marriage, but you're trying to, okay, you heard this. I just got out of a relationship. I just went through a divorce 6 months ago. And you choose to spend all this time with them hoping that they would change their mind about marriage or about being in a serious relationship, committed relationship. So you're wasting time with people who are not ready. That's another reason that you're still single. Anybody can attest to that they have done that. It's been their experience. Anthony, rocking in his chair. What you got to say? You smiling? You don't agree?
I mean, again, Angela, when I hear you talk, and this is no offense, I hear the female component or the female side of all of this? And you said that
But
men don't
tell
want to
us
talk
the
about.
male side. I can only tell you
Okay, if
the
a man, listen, if a man tells you, I want to be friends, yada, 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 but guess what? He still wants to spend time with you. You want to spend time with him. Why can't you just kind of flow with that? Why can't a woman just flow with that? Because guess what? Again, you don't have to raise your level of expectations.
I'm gonna
Okay,
tell you why we cannot flow with that.
hold on. Let me finish.
Come on with it, because I got something for you.
Because if that man finds out that I'm really enjoying this lady, I see something, and then guess what? He start case in point. If you start pulling away, guess what he gonna do? If he really wants you, he gonna start coming towards your way. And it's like, and I hate to say it, it's almost like a cat and mouse game per se. And you're saying, well, I shouldn't have to do this at this age. I'm just telling you, there are several things a woman has to do. She either got to broaden her pool of men, which means some women are gonna have to go look at their ages, who they dealing with. You got to maybe deal with somebody younger or a different race or whatever the case may be. That's one aspect. The other aspect to it is, if a man says, I just got a relationship and blah, 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 you got to respect that.
I ain't saying to respect it. I do. But I know where I'm trying to go. And I have, okay, so I hear you. That could be true. It could work that way. But I have experienced and I have heard the experiences of other women who have said that, yes, I've taken the chance to say, just want to be friends and let's just see where it goes. All right. But I already know the path I'm on. I want it to lead to marriage. I take this chance and I spend a year with this person. 6 months, I spend a year. It's not going anywhere. He ain't changed his mind. I got to bow out. I can't keep spending time with somebody who keeps saying the same thing. And you have people, hold on, you have people who are in relationships who've been in relationships 2, 3, 4 years. Now you got so much time invested, as we talked about last night, that now I don't want to back out because I don't want to start all over because I done spent all this time with this person. And still who has not seen enough value in me to propose to me, or because you say we've allowed it for this length of time or whatever.
Okay.
So that's just a waste of time to me.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go here then. How long does it take for you to say, okay, now it's time for him to propose? How long should that be?
It depends. So I feel like if two people are dating exclusively, but let's back up. If a person tells me that I just want to be friends, that the door is open. We're not in a relationship. So he's open to see whoever he wants to see. I'm open to see whoever I want to see. Okay, at this point, because there's no commitment. We're not exclusive. So I cannot say that, within 6 months, in my opinion, in 6 months, well, he ain't decided yet that he wants to be with me, because he already said, yeah, we're in a relationship. He's having fun out here doing what he's doing. But if we're in an exclusive relationship, I feel like, and we're spending a lot of time together, within 6 months, you should know if you see this person as a lifetime commitment, a lifetime partner for you. So within that amount of time, 6 months, if you have not decided that, yes, I can see this person as my lifetime partner, my wife, whatever the case may be, then it's time for you to move on. But how many times are we going to get in relationships and give people 6 months of our time who've already told us that they're not looking for a relationship? That's what I'm saying. You can't keep doing that.
6 months. Okay. All right. I mean, I respect that's how you feel. Okay. But here's the reality. Okay. The reality is a man will spend time with you, money, because 2 things, time and money for a man. for most men says there's some level of commitment. And then that's the other part about it.
He's not committed to me if he's seeing other people.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, here's the thing with that. You have to have all that established. Just get it all established there. Get it established. And for you as the woman, this is what you do. Let's say, since you got 6 months on this thing, say after 3 months, 90 days, okay? You mean to tell me that as you get to know this person in the first 90 days, if your standard is 6 months, then after 90 days, Angela, guess what? Guess what you can do?
Bow out.
Listen. But that's right. And you haven't lost anything. Matter of fact, you should learn some more stuff. You should learn how some men think, how they operate. You should learn some more stuff about you during that time. Okay? Yeah. I think what we do, what we think is a waste of time, we don't see it as an opportunity to have learned some stuff. You got to learn something from every situation. And that I don't, just like I feel like God does not waste our pain and our hurts and our whatever. He doesn't waste them. He uses them. He uses it to help us grow, to develop. And I think the same thing we have to do personally as we look at situations. Because like I've been in relationships where I felt like, I'm upset on one end, but on the other end, guess what? I learned some stuff. And guess what? And I'm using it for my good. So when I get married, my wife will be one of the happiest women on the planet.
Okay. That's good to know. And I agree that you should learn something from your whoever it is that you date, But if you're gonna go that route, then keep the door open. So for females, and I have to speak from a female standpoint because that's what I am, is that we are emotional beings. So if we spend too much time with someone, men can do that. You can spend time with me and Mary, Sally, Keisha, all of them. And I'm just getting to know them. I'm dating, I'm single. That's fine. But if we already know that we like you, we hone in on you, okay? And we're spending time with you. And then you are treating us, this is where I got messed up, was because stated one, I want to be friends. Okay, cool. I tried that. Let's do it. I want to be friends too. But in my head, I'm hoping to be more eventually. But then you start treating me like I am more than your friend. You whining, you dining. You know what I'm saying? At this point in my life, yes, we had our intimate moments. So, but you're treating me like I'm your girlfriend. So when I come back and revisit months down the road and say, okay, well, where are we? What are we doing? I told you, I just want to be friends. My feelings involved now. I've been all in for 6, 7,
Okay.
and you still tell me you want to be friends. So we have to be careful with that. Whether you give them 90 days, whether you give them 2 months, we are emotional beings. So if you are handling me a certain way, but you're telling me one thing, which one am I supposed to go with? What you say or what you do?
All right. And so with that being said, you have to communicate that same way to a man. You don't have to say it. Let your actions. If you're not getting what you're wanting, okay, let your actions.
I was getting what I wanted. I just wasn't getting a commitment.
Okay. Well, guess what? You still have to move by your actions. For you to say, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Guess what? To a man, he don't want to hear that right now. What I'm telling you.
He didn't want to hear it in the beginning.
Listen. See,
I hear you, but I don't think you hear what I'm saying.
Men think. We're not talking about right or wrong. We're just talking about how men think. So at that point, Angela, you're seeing that you're not getting commitment. You're not getting him say, listen, baby, I want you to be my woman. I want to be your man. That whole deal, right? When he calls and say, hey, I'm busy.
Right.
He called.
Start backing away.
All right, then he gonna text, say, hey, and all you gotta do is say, well, since you have other things that you're doing, yada yada yada, I'm gonna give you your space to do that. Okay, then let's see what happened. Now, here's the thing: if he's all in, he's gonna start doing more. If he's not, he'll go the other way. And guess what? You don't have to be hurt. And you find you are really kind of in control of the whole scenario in that regard.
Okay, so you said keyword, I don't have to be hurt. If my emotions are already in, and I already have emotions tied to you by whatever time. You said 3 months, so say it's in 3 months or whatever. We spend all this time together. You, like I said, you wine and dining and roses and doing all this stuff. You treated me like I like to be treated. So I was just like, oh, well, maybe this thing is gonna turn, because when you tell me you want to be friends, I'm gonna handle you like my friend. Like I do my girlfriend. We're gonna talk every other day or whatever. We may go to lunch, we may not, or what have you. I'm gonna treat you accordingly.
Okay.
And that's what I had in my head to do.
Okay.
Until you said one thing, but you start doing other stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm confused.
Hold on. Let's get back. He say what?
He wants to. What you mean? In the beginning, he wanted to be friends. I'm not trying to be in a relationship. I just want to be friends.
Okay, and
but
then
you treated me like your girlfriend.
Hold on now. Hold on. I'm basing what you're saying. You said he's whining, he's dining, sending flowers, stuff like that. But he said now. He said just want to be friends. Mm-hmm. So guess what? You are now that friend that get to eat free food, getting some flowers. Listen to me. The problem is if you're starting to involve other people into it. Say, girl, I got this guy, blah, blah, blah. See, you setting yourself up. My thing is, that ain't how I roll with men. I'm gonna tell you how I roll with men. When men are into you, guess what? He's gonna be talking about you to his friends, his family, whatever. So I met this young lady, blah, 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 blah. He gonna be all in. You, on the other hand, you don't have to be all in if the words came out of his mouth at the beginning. I just want to be friends. And like you said, if you start treating him like a friend and he still does that stuff, then guess what? You don't have to say anything. Just go with the flow. Keep getting your flowers. Keep getting your food. If that's what you want to do. If not, move on. That's the problem.
Okay, I got you.
You only listen.
You need to move on from the beginning because women can't handle. A lot of women can't handle that. We have to go to a place in our mind for our emotions because we like women require time, and if you spend a time with me and you are doing these things for me and with me, you're making me feel. You're drawing me in. You're drawing that woman in even more because she already likes you initially for whatever reason, however you met. Initially, she likes you. Now you're spending this time and you're doing things for her and with her, and you're treating her like she likes to be treated. The dynamic changed emotionally for us, even though you're still saying one thing. So I feel like in the beginning, for me, this is me, it may not be for every woman. For me, if a man tells me automatically, now, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious, I just want to be friends, you automatically go in this zone. This box. This is where you at. Now, if you choose to say, hey, Andrea, let's go eat lunch, go eat dinner, I may or may not go. That's my choice. Because in my head now, you already done told me that you just want to be friends and you're not looking for anything. So that was a lesson learned years ago when I went through that experience. So for me, like you said, well, there's nothing wrong with going to spend time with him, give him 3 months, just see where it goes. I can't do that. I know that about me. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to spend all this time with you. And you told me already that you don't want to be more than just friends. No, I'm not doing it. If I do that, the door is open for me to continue dating and seeing other people. And men don't like that. We ain't even talk about that tonight. We're going on to number 4. Y'all don't like, y'all can't handle when we say that we're okay, we can be friends. We open the date, see who we want to see. Yes, okay. Well, wait a minute.
But the reality of the reality,
y'all don't like that.
But the reality is that's what you got to tell a man.
For him to act right. Y'all hear that, ladies?
You tell them, hey,
keep the door open
if you don't want nobody on this chocolate, you gotta claim it.
You better say that. The truth. Facts of the
matter. I'm just saying.
That's the truth. And that's how I roll now. That's how I operate now.
You gotta listen.
Learn that from experience.
You gotta deal with men head on. You can't play with us. If a man say, all right, if he come out his mouth, just want to be friends, whatever the case may be, then you check him and say, all right. Say, wait. I don't do that with my friends. Next.
Right. Or if you want to be friends, okay, we're going to be friends. Date who I want to date, you date who you want to date. And see where it goes. All right, number 4. You're too picky.
Oh, God.
You still single because you are too picky. Nobody is right for you. Anthony got his hand up. You like that one, huh?
Yes. Yes. And here's the issue with that. This is both men and women. We are so picky that we have these superficial, unrealistic expectations about what we want. I need a man that's this tall, because when I put on my heels, what? The problem is the tall dudes have been treating you bad. That's why you still single. Consider the fact that the person you might be with for the rest of your life may be shorter than you.
That's true. We get stuck on our type.
Yeah.
Ooh, everybody has a type. But, that's my type. He ain't my type. So, like you say, it could be superficial, could be the height, it could be skin complexion, it could be the money, that financial. He got to be making $100,000 a year before I even date him. But what if he making $85,000 and he doing well for himself?
What I say to that is, if a man making that kind of money, trust me, he ain't gonna have much time for you. Keep going.
That's not true.
What?
That's not. If a man 6 figures, to make 6 figures, now you hear about me. Everybody probably trying to make 6 figures. 6 figures.
My point is
a whole lot of money these days.
My point is, you want a man that's making a lot of money, he's gonna be busy.
Not necessarily. He might just have a good paying job.
Okay.
I'm dating people who made 6 figures.
I didn't just say 6 figures. I said a lot of money. A lot of money.
But I don't know if I agree with that one. Because here's the thing. It don't matter about the money. In some cases, I think you make a whole lot. We already know that if a person is into you, they're going to make time for you regardless of how busy their schedule is. So if they're not into you, then they're not going to make the time to spend with you.
I feel you with that, but guess what? It won't be on the same level of a man that's not as busy as one making all the money, or that's in a position that he's doing a lot. So I'm just saying.
We'll have to come back on that. I don't agree. I don't agree with that one. I don't agree that. So you're saying that if he makes a lot of money, he's gonna be too busy. He's gonna be busier than the person who is not making a lot of money.
Yes.
Why?
Because he's working.
No, he might just have a regular 40-hour week, and he just has a good salary.
Okay.
And he makes 6 figures.
It's not a lot of men out there like that, but okay.
I disagree because I don't encounter them.
No, you have, but guess what? Because you're exposed to those kind of people. All women are not exposed to men like that. You know that. And
That's
some
a
of the
whole.
women, listen, and some of the women who are requiring it, like what you're saying, they don't run it in the same circles like you run. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna share experience. I disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. I met a gentleman one time, and I was not in his circle. I was traveling. Actually, me and my sister were traveling. We were coming back into Atlanta from out of town. We stopped at a gas station. I wasn't even living in Atlanta at the time. We stopped at a gas station in Atlanta. I had fell asleep on the way because we was coming back from Alabama. So I'm looking a mess. I just ran in the store. She getting gas. I ran in the store to get something to drink. Gentleman approached me. I talk to anybody. So he said something. I said something back. Long story short, we ended up exchanging numbers. I didn't know nothing about this guy. He was okay to look at that particular moment. He called later on and we talked and ended up dating. This guy was a Morehouse graduate, had a great job. I'm living in Dalton, Georgia. He lived in Atlanta. Now I just like, oh, he way off of my level. He is not going to be interested in little me. I'm a single mother. I'm divorced at this particular time, single parent, struggling. And that was like one of the best relationships that I was ever in. So I disagree that, and would drive from Atlanta to Dalton. That's a 2-hour drive almost to see me, spend time with me. Sometimes pick me up, bring me back. So we had a great relationship. So I disagree that sometimes that a person may not be in the same circles to meet someone who of their caliber. But it was the way I carried myself. Now, in my head, I thought about, which is one of the next things that we're going to talk about, is your esteem and your low self-esteem and what you think about yourself. But I felt at the moment that I was out of his league. I'm like, what? You're a Morehouse graduate? Are you trying to talk to little old me? Barely made it out of school. But it was the best relationship I was ever in. Ever in. And it took me to a whole nother level. He is one of the reasons why I'm in Atlanta today, because he pushed me and encouraged me. He saw something in me. I always wanted to move here, but didn't think I could had the ability to maintain. And dating him, as you said, learn something from somebody. I needed that relationship at the time because it boosted my self-esteem, my motivation, and all of that. So I kind of disagree that the more money the person makes, they may be too busy for you because he's working. No, I don't agree with that.
Okay. So, case in point, and Angela, so you, in a few months, you take off, you start producing movies, sitcoms, you got your stage plays going, you got your other things going, things of that sort. And you meet a guy, he works a regular job per se, he making 6 figures. And that's all he does. It's his job. He does his job 40 hours a week, but you working 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week because you're producing, you're doing your cash calling, you're doing all of that, okay? Because you're busy.
Mm-hmm.
And he calls you and say, hey, can we go out such and such, or can we do this? And guess what? That's the day your casting call. That's the day you have your premiere. You're doing all this stuff. You see what I'm saying? So you out there making it happen. So 9 times out of 10, and I try to tell people this, most of the time, the person that God has for you, most of the time is going to be the person who's within the confines of your own purpose. Now, his purpose is going to line up with your purpose. So more than likely, you're going to meet somebody with like passions.
I agree with that. I totally
Which
agree with that.
goes back to what
Need
I
to be like
said.
passion.
It's about people who are gonna be in the circle that you're in. So for me, I'm a pastor. I got a lot going on. But if you the female that all you do is go to Taco Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesdays with your girlfriends, and you work a 9 to 5, okay, now I'm gonna throw in the fact you got kids. So that's the nut and bolts of your entire life. So you're gonna be able to twiddling your thumbs trying to figure out what I got going on because you're not in my vein. I'm definitely not in your vein because I'm not out doing it. But she see me, oh, he cute, he attractive, he this and that. No. Okay? That's very important. I think with these lists, because we're talking about the list. The list has to be reasonable and with reasonable expectations. That's what I'm saying.
I agree that the list needs to be with reasonable expectations. That
Yeah.
you cannot have this long old list and expect you're going to find someone like he can't eat fish and he got to dress a certain way and he got to be of this faith. You know, I know we touched on this a little bit, I think, last night about somebody in the church and somebody outside the church or whatever who goes to church as much as you, and he got to go to church 2 times a week. Why they don't, so your list has to be reasonable. There's nothing wrong with having a list. You should have some standards. These are my standards. But it goes to what is a need and what is a desire, because sometimes we have this list on the desire side that far supersedes what's on the need. Do you really need that? You gotta have. Does he have to be 6 feet tall? What if he 5'9" and treat you like you're the only woman in the world? We just still date him.
Yeah.
So what if he goes to a Methodist church and you go to a Pentecostal church? Are you gonna be like, nope, that ain't my husband because he don't go to the same church?
He don't ta.
What? Come on. What's really? So yeah, the list has to be too picky.
That's a good one though. That's a good one.
That's why you're still single, because nobody meets your expectations. I just thought of this one. I didn't even have this on the list. Outside influences. Sometimes we allow family and friends to influence who we should and should not date.
That's true. That's
So
true.
you are still single because your girlfriend said, "Oh no, girl, I wouldn't date him. Look at him. He work at McDonald's. He just a manager at McDonald's." And you what? Okay. So you pass him on by because your girlfriend doesn't like him.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
Or your mama, your daddy be like, "Oh, he ain't good enough for my daughter or my son." So you pass up on this woman. Outside.
Yeah. That is true. And a lot of times at the end of the day, people don't mind you being blessed as long as your blessing ain't better than theirs. So they don't mind you having a man. As long as your man ain't better than
Y'all
theirs.
better hear that. Say that one more time.
I said people don't mind you being blessed as long as your blessing
As long
ain't
as
better
your
than theirs.
blessing ain't better than. Man, y'all better put that on Facebook. That is so true sometimes. That is so true.
So,
yep. They don't want you to get blessed before them, and they don't want your blessing to be better than theirs.
and the other part to that is when your schedule change and you are with this man more than with your girlfriends, they take issue with it sometimes.
I've experienced that. This is true. This is true. Because they'll go to saying, "Yo, you putting them before me." Like, wait a minute now.
And the way men talk about that when a man starts being more with a woman, the fellas be like, "Oh, she got him." She got him. And a lot of times, most of the time, we respect that as men. It's like, well, they be like, "Tony gone."
Right. You done got him, boy.
Yep. Got my boy.
Yeah. It's an adjustment sometimes. I know because I've experienced that with some friends, and I've on both sides. Oh, okay, this is my girl. We travel together and stuff, and now she's got somebody in life. Like, well, hey, she ain't gonna be able to go with me because she over here with her boo. And then vice versa. When it's you, it's just like, oh, okay, you ain't got no time for us this weekend.
No.
You got right.
No.
I'm out. This is what we've been talking about, girl. This is what we've been talking about. Come on now. One of us is going to get it. One of us. Well, wait your turn. Come on. Yours coming.
And a lot of women are so sick and tired of being asked to be in a wedding, and it ain't theirs.
Like, how many more bridesmaids dresses I got to buy? It's true. It's true. Number 5, y'all, low self-esteem. You're still single because you have low self-esteem. You're like, well, what does that have to do with it? So again, I may want to be in a relationship, but at the same time in my head, I don't think I'm worthy I don't think the right one is going to come along for me to accept me for who I am. And so you become emotionally needy and you will push people away because you try to get validated every day. You have to be
Oh man.
validated. Do you still like me? Do you still love me? Why you ain't called me yet? Come on, you're doing too much. So
And
we got to know our value and our worth, first of all, that I am worthy of love and of true relationship, committed relationship. And when I get that, then I know how to handle the relationship when it comes into my life. Uh, but yeah, low self and people sometimes on how you carry yourself, it shows. And either you're gonna attract the same person as you are, or either the person who may initially have been attracted to you, they realize you got low self-esteem, they're gonna go the other way because it's too much pressure. Because you're now relying on them to make you happy or to boost
oh
your
man,
self-esteem. Yeah,
ooh-wee.
yeah.
That's major.
Push them away. Yep.
That is major. Because if if the person doesn't feel good about themselves, and them staying plugged into you
Mm-hmm.
gives them validation, that's really, it's sad to say, but that's really why some people, when they break up with some people in relationships like that, they take it to the extreme, to the point of even harming that person. So
Yeah.
so every let me say this to every woman, and I say the same thing to a man. If you're out here, and I see this a lot when people lose weight, whether it's naturally or through surgery, whatever the case may be, some people still have those self-esteem issues, and they go to the extreme, and I see it a lot. And they'll go as far as, showing themselves in a certain way in social media, and then they can't really find someone who would take them serious for a relationship, because now you because you're low self-esteem, now you exposing yourself to everybody.
Mm.
And we don't like that.
Nope.
Women don't like that, and men don't like that. Everything's not to go on social media.
This is true.
Say something for your boo, okay, and not for the crowd. But that is a major issue. Low self-esteem is a major issue. I've done some extensive research on women, and that is a major problem. That's why makeup industry is doing well, hair industry is doing well, because women, for the most part, have low self-esteem.
There's nothing wrong with having enhancing what you already have. Oh, that just sounds horrible. Hold on, you guys. Let me try something on this audio.
It's clear.
I can hear such a feedback.
Yeah. Okay.
That
It's
better?
gone.
Okay. So we all want. I mean, even our clothes is an enhancement. It's the things you wear, you put on because it makes you look good or it makes you feel good or whatever. But when we go as far as trying to change who we are to become someone else, it's too much. You're doing too much because you're in competition with another female or someone else in society, because even in your commercials, everything is kind of sexy and sex related. So you're like, okay, I got to look like her. I got to look like this person or what have you. No, you got to be happy with who you are, because guess what? There are plenty of people out there who like what we call fluffy women, who are thick. I'm not a skinny woman, but I don't have a problem getting a man because I carry myself and I'm happy with who I am. You got to be happy with who you are. I don't care if you 300 pounds. Listen, the show My 600-Pound Life, half of them people on there got a man or a woman. They got somebody. So it does not matter. It's about what you think about yourself. There was something that attracted them to those people. So just like someone is with them, someone will be with you, but you got to be happy with yourself because you will exuberate that. So if you carry yourself like, hey, I know I'm somebody, I got it together. Men like that. I'm talking because I'm a female. So men like that. We like it from a man as well. A woman does not like a man who we call a weakling, or he got low self-esteem too, and I always got to baby you up.
Now,
That's automatically I'm gonna support you and boost you as much as I can. But if you ain't got some swag and some confidence about yourself, that's a big turnoff for me.
Listen, when I walk in the room, they know I'm there.
Ain't nobody seeing you.
Hey.
Nobody seeing you.
When I walk in the room,
don't nobody see you, Anthony.
Angela, look, when I walk in the room, Angela, when I walk in the room, and here's how women do.
That's how you got to walk up in there.
Women quick with it, they be like,
who he think he is? Who is that?
but again,
we over there doing this.
Look, confidence is important. It is very important.
Definitely is important. Yes. We are drawn to confidence. We gotta have it. Listen, we're 5 minutes away. We got to close out of here. Anthony, tell the people how they can find you and give us any closing remarks you have.
Listen, you can find me on all social media. I'm finally on TikTok, so I'm on there as well. Okay. Every Sunday, you can find me on Facebook Live at Church 180. We start service at 9:08 a.m. And so we'd love to see you there or in person. Just message us at Church 180, and we'll give you information about that. And you can get my book. It's online on Amazon, Kindle version, and in print. And so we look forward to seeing you all again another time. I'm gonna say this, Angela. As we were sitting here talking, I said, "Now this reminded me we was on
Inspirational
Love
Chat.
860.
Oh yeah, Love 860 Inspirational Chat.
Yeah. We used to have a good time on there.
Yeah, I miss Love 860. We might have to revisit Inspirational Chat.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, it was. It was real good. We had some other things we need to probably implement now. It'd be good to start implementing. But thank you again. It's always fun to have you on the show with us. You'll probably be coming back. I hope this audio sounds well enough for me to live, but hopefully when you reshare it, I don't know, maybe Yardstream can fix it. But you guys, you know where to find me. I am on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok now. That's all I'm on right now. And YouTube. The takeover _edu. So join us, share this video with someone if you think it was helpful. We'll be reposting. Definitely, if you have any comments, we'll be addressing those also on our Facebook page. And follow us on Instagram at the takeover _edu. And we'll see you again next week at 8 p.m. Have a great night. Thank you again, Anthony.
All right, thank you.